Welcome to Medicated Babbling with Janet Thomas. The rants, the laughs, and the tiny baby steps that get us through chronic illness. Quick disclaimer before I start, I am not a health practitioner of any kind. I'm a person with chronic illness and opinions. So yeah, let's get started. Acceptance. It's a whole thing. And yeah, just fair warning, this could be a little ranty. I have issues with this word, and I don't know if they're all mine, but we're going to go on a little journey and find out. So here's the thing. I think it's the wrong word. It's just the wrong word. I mean, it might technically have the right meaning, but the connotations are, if I accept this, I'm a doormat. I don't know, maybe it's the Catholic upbringing, but the whole accept your lot in life thing always sounded very passive to me. I mean, it had a too bad your world sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. It'll always suck. So don't complain about it, and even better yet, go away, leave me alone, you're bumming me out. Like, that's the vibe it gives me. It's like, is this just me? Is this just like some baggage I have going on? Or is this a society in general thing? I think it's a society in general thing, because I know other people with issues with this word, and I know a lot of people that misinterpret it, so I don't think it's just me. But yeah, it's basically, suck it up, buttercup, you're on your own, too bad, so sad. That's what I hear with acceptance. And don't get me, and I know that's not what the psychological meaning of acceptance is. That's more, accept the situation so you can work on it with the way the situation actually is, not the way you want it to be. And I'm okay with that. That's a great concept. But that's not what I hear. That second part, that work on the situation as it is, I don't hear that. It gets lost in my brain. It just sounds like, accept it. Like, period, full stop, end of sentence. Like, there's that action part, that, work on the situation, that doesn't come up in my brain with the word acceptance. So yeah, I mean, this is a difference between what they mean and what I hear. I get that, but yeah, I'm the one that has to deal with it, so I have to figure this out. I guess I've been ranting for a little bit. So yeah, like the most common examples in pop culture I see are like the whole, my name is blah blah, and I'm a blah blah. Like, you have to accept that you have an addiction before you can truly work on it, or accept you are in an abusive relationship before you can really take steps to get out of it. Like, denial is powerful. It'll keep you stuck in some weird places, and they don't even have to be like as heavy as addiction or domestic abuse. It can be something like it can be a business story, like a company that is still only advertising in the newspaper and is wondering why their competitor, who's advertising on social media, is doing so much better. I wonder why. Maybe because you're not dealing with the reality that the advertising landscape has changed. So yeah, anyway, so it doesn't have to be deep and heavy, but we're talking chronic illness. I don't know about you, but acceptance in my world tends to be deep and heavy. I don't like it. Obviously, I haven't accepted everything all the time when it comes to my chronic illness. And every time I think I have finally accepted this. And no, I've only leveled up. Which is good, it's progress. But acceptance, like, it's a fucking onion. There's so many fucking layers. And there's always more. I don't know if do we ever get to the bottom of it? Because I have not reached it yet, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a process. I don't want it to be a process. And I think most people, chronically ill or not, have had some weird symptom and they don't want to go to the doctor because they might get a diagnosis and have to deal with it. The whole, if I don't look, it doesn't exist thing. Anyway, logic says, if I go to the doctor, I could figure out what's going on. It might be nothing. Then I can stop worrying. Or maybe it'll be something, and maybe I'll be able to get some treatment, and it'll go away. Maybe it won't go away, but maybe there's something I can do to manage the symptoms, or slow the progress, and make my life better, or whatever. Like, there's lots of different possibilities. But emotional logic is having none of it. They're doing the temper tantrum 3-year-old with their hands over their ears going la 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 la. Not that I've ever done any of this. I can't relate to this at all. Some sort of denial or self-deception, whatever you want to call it, is involved in all this. You're like, yeah, if I don't go to the doctor, it doesn't exist. If I don't accept it, then I don't have this limit, or whatever. And that's not very helpful. But you know what? I think denial, I think it gets a bad rap. I think it's always portrayed as negative. And I don't think it is. It's a coping mechanism. Maybe it's not the best coping mechanism or very sustainable, but it comes in handy when I have to put my head down and push through something, or I'm not in a place where I can deal with shit, so I need to put blinders on for a bit. You know, like it's a thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. I mean, I think you have to use the denial, like, strategically, mindfully. I don't know what the right word is, because this isn't sounding right. Wasn't there a study that concluded that people that were a touch self-delusional, and, I mean, they probably used some wording that was more professional, but weren't those people generally happier? And the ones in the study that saw reality more clearly tended to be more depressed. That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know that they had anybody in the study that was super self-delusional. Maybe then it causes more havoc, but I think in small doses, or used at the right moment, denial has its value. When I'm having a good day, I have to do both. Be self-delusional and ignore the fact that I have migraines, and do the whole acceptance thing and be very mindful of them. Because if I didn't ignore it at least a little bit, I'd be a giant ball of anxiety waiting for the next one to hit. Because they come out of nowhere. They come anytime, at different intervals. Some I can kind of see coming, a lot I can't. Yeah, when is it going to happen? I mean, if I dealt with that every second of every day, yeah, it wouldn't be good. But if I ignore the fact that I have migraines, like, that's not going to help either, because I won't avoid my triggers. I'll push myself way too far. Like, I'll get a migraine for sure. It's just a recipe for a lot of pain, really. And I don't know, I mean, is this what acceptance is? I mean, finding a balance, I was about to say finding a balance. Balance is another word. I think that's the right word, but I don't like it. I don't want balance. I want what I want. Clearly not all that far on this acceptance journey as I'd like to think I am. I'm kind of wondering now, is acceptance finding a balance between self-deception and seeing reality where it is? Or maybe seeing the situation clearly enough that you can use a tool like denial wisely instead of just being in denial and having no control over it. I don't know. This is a new thought. I have to keep thinking about this. I'm sure it'll rattle around in my brain and cause all sorts of havoc. Anyway, acceptance is fucking hard. I think we get a lot of practice with it in chronic illness land, which kind of sucks, but I think it also kind of makes it our superpower. It's not one I was looking for, but I think it might be one I'm gaining. And one of the best things I heard a little while ago was the difference between a circumstance and a problem. A problem is something you can do something about. A circumstance isn't. It's out of your control. I think this is brilliant. One of my circumstances is that I have migraine disease. I don't like it. It sucks. But it's a fact. I shouldn't waste my energy fighting against that fact. Like, it's a circumstance. It's a neurological condition. It's not going anywhere. And like I said, it sucks. Like, not just the actual migraines themselves. That obviously sucks. I don't think anyone's going to argue that. But having to do this whole acceptance business? I don't like that either. That part sucks too. You have to go through all the stages of grief, and they don't even go in order. They iterate, so, you end up jumping from one to the other and back and forth. I don't like it. But if I get through all of that ickiness, which clearly I haven't, but I have gotten much better, much, much better about this stuff. But if I get through all this acceptance shit, peel some more layers off that fucking onion, because goodness knows I'm not at the bottom of it yet, then I can use that energy I spent fighting against the whole acceptance thing, fighting against a circumstance. I can spend it on the problems, on the things I can actually do something about. migraines, circumstance. Not much I can do about that. But I can figure out, I don't know, like new ways to socialize with my friends so I don't get triggered. I mean, we go for walks, we hang out. I hope COVID calms the fuck down so we can go out for dinner again. You know, I can still socialize. It has to be low key, but I can do it. Like a huge stadium concert? Yeah, not gonna happen. Way too much sensory information. My brain's gonna short circuit for sure. So yeah, too many flashing lights, too much loudness, migraine city. Maybe working out the problem of which treatment is right for me will change the limits that migraines put on me. But until then, I've got to figure out how to live the best way I can in the circumstances I'm in. Which sounds so obvious, and it's not like this is a new idea. This isn't revolutionary. I mean, it's the serenity prayer. Accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. This is not a new concept. It's not rocket science. People have figured this out for eons. Well, some people. I guess the wise ones. Or wiser? I don't know. Definitely not all of us. That's for sure. But like I said, words matter, which is why I'm having this rant in the first place. I don't like the word acceptance. And I kind of wish words didn't matter this much, but they do, which, I mean, it would be so much easier if they didn't, but okay, wait. Now, the fact that words matter is a fact, so that makes it a circumstance? Am I fighting against accepting that the fact that words really do, like acceptance really do matter? Okay, this is getting too meta for me. I think I need to wrap this up. Okay, brain is going in circles now. So yeah, circumstance versus problem. I don't know. I really like it. It ties it up all in a little bow. It's a lot less nebulous than things like the Serenity Prayer. Serenity Prayer is great, but circumstance versus problem, that's working for me right now. I like it. I still have lots of thoughts on acceptance. I like the results, but I'm not a fan of the process. But I think my brain is done now. I think I need a dash of happy to calm my nerves. And this month's dash of happy, it's my brother's cat Maud. She is the best. She makes the weirdest noises. And did I record some? Yes. Yes, I did. And I swear this is just the way she sounds, and we are not torturing her. I mean, I have no idea how he ever gets anything done, especially working from home. I mean, I would just be giving her attention all the time, so she would ack at me. I mean, I can't even. I just can't. She makes me laugh every time. She also has a strange fascination with my backpack. I don't know. She's a weird cat. Weird in the best way possible. And that's it for this month. So, yeah, please subscribe because there's no schedule. I try to get an episode out once a month, usually towards the end of the month. Rate and review because then algorithms will do magic things. If you want to catch me on social media, most things are Medicated Babbling. There's a website that doesn't have much on it. I try and post on Instagram and Twitter. I've actually been posting more. I'm actually super proud of myself. If you want to look at random stuff I'm doing on a person that have nothing to do with the podcast, that is JT Art and Stuff. Pretty much only on Instagram. Thanks to Fresh Kills for letting me use the intro and outro music. Thanks. And don't forget you matter. Talk to you next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, get it! 1, 2,